Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another video, and this is video number 6 in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Avengers GamerVerse Abomination Build-A-Figure Wave. Here is the GamerVerse figure of Iron Man from the upcoming Avengers game, which releases this September. It was delayed. Supposed to come out, I think, around now. But anyway, we got the video game logo Avengers there, the A Avengers logo there, Build-A-Figure Abomination. Here on the side artwork, we have a look at some art for the video game. It is the same with the Captain America package, this package, and the Ms. Marvel, excuse me. So here is a look at the back of the package. We have all the figures in the wave for the Abomination Build-A-Figure. The bio for Iron Man reads, Tony Stark developed the cutting-edge Iron Man armor and helped found the Avengers to protect the world against catastrophic threats. So pretty interesting. We'll see how the game is. Hopefully it's great. This figure I'm not a fan of while it's in package. We'll see how it is out of the package, but there's one thing about it that I really don't like, and I'll get to that right now. Okay, and here is the Iron Man figure out of the package, and you know what? It is a decent Iron Man figure. It's very reminiscent of the movie figures, the MCU figures. So if you were a comic fan of Iron Man figures, you know, this one may not be for you. If you really don't like those movie figures, this definitely won't be for you. So it's kind of, I guess, a cross in between the two, and I'll talk about that more when we get into the articulation. But so far in this wave, the only figures that come with any kind of accessories are the GamerVerse figures. So with Iron Man, he comes with one additional set of interchangeable hands. So he has fist hands, and he has the open hands with the little peg holes for those arc reactor blasts. These are the same ones that we see get used over and over again. There's a little metallic sheen to it on this one though, but we get that kind of that turquoise color, even though I know it looks really blue on video here. But that's what it is. He comes with the left leg to the Abomination Build-A-Figure, so pretty cool. We'll place that right over here in the pile and take a look at that a little bit later on. Let's take a closer look at Iron Man now. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the Iron Man figure. So a couple of things. One thing that really stands out, is a little bit odd to me, is the arc reactor. It actually does look really good, but what the difference between that and any of the other Iron Man figures that we've gotten, where you know you have a little like either a sticker or just some white paint with some light blue, we actually kind of get like the digital print that's going on right in here in this whole middle section. You would have to really see it in hand to see what I'm talking about, because you can kind of see kind of how it prints the little dots and everything to it. So that's really how this arc reactor looks. Because of that, it actually looks a little bit more realistic, where we have like some light, you know, it looks like an LED board light kind of thing in there. Again, you'd have to really see it in person. I know you can kind of see the detail there. So that's really nice. We actually get, looks like the same thing going on in the eyes. So instead of just like the little white paint with the little blue outline, it looks like it has that same digital print going on for those little spots right there. So that is pretty cool. That's what I like about it. It's a brand new 100% new sculpt. So typically what we see with the movie figures, that's kind of the same treatment that this Iron Man figure is getting. We have a couple of colors. It's all done in kind of a molded red plastic. We get a little bit of that marbleization going on in this upper torso, but you don't really see it a whole lot throughout the figure. We get some gold in there, like on the thighs, a little bit on the calves, back of the legs, back of the arms there, a little bit on the torso, and then we kind of get this gunmetal gray that goes right in here in the middle section, the elbows, the knees, on the back of the knees and everything there, as well as these shoulders that you see there. So not a whole lot of paint that's going on with it. So the paint that is there is applied nicely, and there's no complaints whatsoever. It's all done pretty clean. But the biggest thing for me on this figure, you know, when they first revealed it, it looked okay, but there's something just weird about this torso, and it relates to the articulation. So this torso, along with the other movie Iron Man figures, get a diaphragm joint. This one looks like it should be a diaphragm joint, and I wonder if it would have been better to have a diaphragm joint, but we actually get an ab crunch instead. So it just looks funny to me. Maybe because I'm just used to the diaphragm joints and not the ab crunch. That's probably what it is. So that's why I say this one's kind of a mix between movie figures and comic figures, whereas like the comic Iron Man figure, you know, we get ab crunch like on this one. We got an ab crunch here. That focuses in, but those movie figures, you know, we all get the diaphragm joints. So, you know, that's kind of the mix in between. The reason why I brought this one out is because these two kind of really remind me of each other. So, Age of Ultron Mark 43 and the new GamerVerse Avengers video game figure. But anyway, let's take a look at his articulation now. Okay, so the good thing with the articulation, I guess with that ab crunch, you do get some additional range of motion, but looking down, he can look down no problem. Looking up, that's not a problem, so if you get him into a flight pose, he can, for the most part, look straight out. You get the rotation in the neck, of course. There is a little bit of pivot going on in there, not a huge amount. You want to be careful of these shoulder pads. You want to make sure it goes over that shoulder so you can hinge it up, and you're only going to get it to hinge up that much, but you do want to be careful. Full rotation, of course. There is an upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow, which gives you just about 90 degrees, not a whole lot more going on there. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge, and the good thing about this one, these hands, is that you don't actually need a different hand to do that arc reactor, the repulsor blast. You can actually do it with the same hand because it has the hinge. There's no plate on the back of the hand that's going to hinder the articulation. So that's a good thing. Ab crunch, you can get them to crunch forward that much, which isn't a whole lot going on there. Back, you can do back quite a bit, so that's pretty good. We do have a waist swivel on this guy, something we don't get with the movie figures. Legs go that far apart, which is actually really good range of motion. He can't kick forward that much, not a huge amount, but it's decent. He can go back a little bit. You got an upper thigh cut there. Double jointed knee, no boot swivel or calf swivel. Foot hinges down, hinges up slightly, not a whole lot. Ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So decent articulation. Again, it's just getting used to, I guess, the ab crunch versus the diaphragm joint, but it definitely works. Now let's see some head swaps. A lot of people were asking about some Tony Stark heads. Let's try them out. Okay, so a couple of different heads to try. First, we're going to try the one from the Okoye Black Panther wave, Invincible Iron Man. We'll see if this Tony Stark head comes off. So that head comes off pretty easily. Let's see if this one pops on. Not. You kind of have to force it, but you can see it sits way too high on there. Let's see about the MCU Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark head. It pops on there, but that is way too high up on that neck. And I think we're probably going to get the same situation going on with the 80th anniversary Iron Man, and it fits on there, but it's very wobbly. So it doesn't look like we have a good option for a Tony Stark head for the Gamerverse. That's unfortunate, but is what it is. Okay, and for some size comparisons, here is the Iron Man figure next to the Marvel Legends Stan Lee figure. Okay, and here is the Invincible Iron Man figure comic with the video game version and the Age of Ultron Iron Man. Again, they look similar to me, so that's kind of why I included the two of them all kind of side by side. And you can see that it is a mix between the two. Height-wise, they're all about the same height. It looks like maybe the Age of Ultron one's just a little bit shorter, but you can see how it's kind of a mix between kind of comic-style figure and movie-style figure to create something new for the video game. Okay, and then with some other Gamerverse figures, we have the Ms. Marvel from this wave. We have the advanced suit from the Spider-Man PS4 game, which will not be in the Avengers game. No telling if there's going to be any kind of version of Spider-Man. More than likely not, because I'm sure video game rights, they can't seem to cross over. Are they going to be building into a shared universe? We shall see. Who knows? But there are some Gamerverse figures side by side. Okay, final impressions. The figure is a little bit better than I had originally thought it was going to be, actually having it in hand. It still just looks odd to me. It looks like it should be a diaphragm joint, so that's just what's throwing me off. It's not a bad figure by any means. It's just one of those, personal opinions, bias, feelings on it, but it is a pretty good figure. It's an interesting design choice. It's not my favorite for an Iron Man, but it's definitely not bad. We'll see how the video game is going to be. Hopefully it's great. Hopefully it's fantastic. Can't wait to get it, but you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this Iron Man figure. Are you picking it up? Are you passing? I'm curious. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.